Well, howdy guys and gals. You got Risky Enterprise coming to you from the Doomsday Bunker. So my TikTok's been blowing the hell up. Well, I should say my multiple TikToks have been blowing the hell up. Both at Risky Enterprise and at Lockwood Rise. You guys should go check out those channels because I post much more often there than on here. But all that might be changing soon because TikTok's been screwing me and a whole lot of other people over all the time with these community guideline violations. But what you gonna do? Let's jump into this video's topic, which is actually gonna be the start of a whole series on firearms. You see, showing firearms is against TikTok's terms of service, and I have been dinged for it before, but it's perfectly well allowed on YouTube, as it should be. So everybody on my TikTok's been asking to see my guns, and I really couldn't show them, so I'm gonna show you here. And I thought we'd do a fun one to start off, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this video. But one thing I noticed was there was a whole lot of hate about High Point brand firearms, which I do own a couple. And I know all about the reputation that High Point has. It's not good. But the thing you have to understand is with that reputation also comes a very low price point. So the gun I'm going to show you today cost me $90. You can't beat that, and it's not that bad of a gun. Let's jump into it. I'm going to try like a bottom-up view for this. Let me know what you think. Otherwise, I'd have to rig something up for like a top-down view, which I probably will do. But for now, let's do the bottom-up, see how that goes. Might be cool. So, here we go. Oh, God. You know, a lot of times I end up with a double chin, but this is especially bad. You're not going to be looking at my chin anyways. All right. So, here we go. This is the High Point Model C9 9mm Luger. It's a compact, as you can see. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind that this was $90 for me. It's probably a little bit more now, but $90 for a perfectly functional compact handgun, 9mm. You're not going to beat that. All right, in terms of features, we do have a lever safety here, standard iron sights, and a 10-round magazine. But so the issue everybody seems to take with High Points is the rumor that they perform very poorly. They won't feed, they're going to jam up frequently, etc., etc. So what I want to do for the purposes of this video is to put the magazine in, feed a few through, and just see what happens. So here we go. All right, magazine's inserted, safety's off. As you cannot, that's a feature of this gun, you cannot put the round in there with the safety on. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and put the first round in. All right, so it did screw up on the first feed through. Let's try this again. Okay, so it's empty. We're going to try to feed the next round. All right, that one did enter perfectly fine. It's not off to a great start, but we have a functional firearm right now. So let's go ahead and rake this through and see if it ejects properly, which, you know, since we're not doing a live fire right now, it's not a perfect test, but let's just see what happens here. So we're going to pull this back. I'm actually going to go like this. So, well, that's not going to help. Okay, one more time. All right, we're going to feed some through here. It's an awkward angle with the camera to do this properly the way I would normally do it, but I want you to be able to see what happens. So here, let's give this a try. All right, I believe a round is in there. Yep, it's in the barrel. Okay, so this would be ready to shoot. Safety's on. So that one worked. Let's try to eject this one and go to the next one. Okay, next one seemed to feed okay. Yep. All right, feeding okay. Okay. All right. Let's just get emptied out. All right. So that is the High Point C9 handgun. Again, it was $90. It did perform mediocre, as you might expect from a High Point. So 9 out of 10 rounds fed correctly. The first one we tried did fail to get all the way into the barrel. It may have been an issue with the magazine not seating properly, although I didn't make any changes to the magazine in between the attempts. So who knows exactly what the cause was there. Might have been user error with me with the camera, but it is a High Point. So, you know, there's definitely a lot of validity behind the bad reputation that High Point has. But I'll tell you something else. I have $500 handguns that can have the same exact issue. In fact, they often do. So really, it's just about knowing your weapon properly, knowing what it's likely to do, what it most often does as far as malfunctions, and knowing how to clear those jams to get the weapon ready to fire in an emergency situation. And the best way to do that is just to use your weapon, to go to the range or wherever you go to shoot and put some rounds through it and let these problems happen. Come up with your quick solution, your safe, quick solution, and you're going to learn. You know, I'm definitely a firm believer in prepping on a budget. Okay. And in that regard, if you're looking for self-defense in a compact size, in a 9mm caliber, you're not going to beat this. Another thing I'll say in High Point's defense is that the bad reputation, while most people think it covers the whole brand, my belief is it should really only cover the handguns. High Point makes a fantastic carbine. I have the 45 platform for their carbine. I highly recommend that gun. I will show you in a future video. I'll do a similar review kind of video looking at it in the near future. But again, it's similar price point. I think that is like $300 some, depending if you can get it on sale or not, which I recommend. I think they do a 9, 10, and of course the 45, which I have, which I recommend. I like the 45 as a caliber. So in terms of rating this gun, the High Point C9 9mm, I'm going to give it, on performance alone, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. It will do the job. You might have some issues. But when I look at the performance versus the cost, the price ratio, I'm going to bump it up to 7 out of 10. Just because it is a $90 handgun that's going to do the job just fine. It's nice and compact. Like I said, I have had more expensive guns that's had more problems than this one. Another thing you're going to want to keep in mind with prepping, more is better. So with guns, you never know what could happen if, you know, somebody takes your gun, but somehow you live through that and you need to replace it. It's good to have multiple guns. So if you're looking at buying one $500 handgun versus one of these and a $300 handgun, I would go that route. You know, prepping on a budget, there's a lot to be said for that. You know, you got to work with the resources you have, and I won't ever look down on somebody for doing the best they can with the resources they have available. And I don't think anybody should. You know, in most things in life, what matters is if you're trying. But so yeah, that is the High Point 9mm C9. 7 out of 10 overall recommendation, price versus performance. Let me know what you guys think, what your guys' thoughts on High Point in general, what you guys think on this particular gun. Also, what you think about the format of this video, and if you'd like to see more firearms content on my channel. Let me know. Make sure to check out my TikToks, and have a great day.